Red bike, blue car next to each other. That's so nice. Hi,
But,
random car guy. What you doing?
uh, I we found a drunk driver, it seems.
Oh, he's drunk.
Oh, you're right. You're right, Kallen, it's raining.
I am a genius.
God damn it. Oh, God.
Lord.
That guy's going insane. I think he's about to drive in the water. I think
I
he's
salute
drifting.
you, sir.
Such bravery.
I know.
Oh, why does it have to be raining, though?
My bay. My beautiful bay.
Haha,
It's all red.
that's what you get for getting the bike. You can have a wet butt if you drive on it. So
I don't care.
that guy's still on the beach. Look, he's over there.
Yeah. I actually want to investigate whether he's in the water or not yet.
No, he's not. He's just a bit confused. He's over here. Look,
Aw.
he's over here, where I am. Hello.
Hello.
This dude is on one.
He's good. He's on grass. He's on
No, it's
grass.
sand. It's sand.
Oh. So much the crystals he's on. Okay.
Oh my god, nice one. That smooth transition right there. I would have probably made more of a joke if he's stoned, but oh well, good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Life is
because
scientifically proven.
yeah, you know, sand is just broken up pieces of so it's just really small rocks, so it makes sense in that regard.
The brainstorm.
The brainstorm. It literally is though. Good planning ahead. You can see the future.
I can see the future. The future is bright. It's full of the clouds.
Future is
I did
bright
not
but full of clouds.
Yes. The future is bright. It's full of clouds. It'll
Hmm.
rain, rain, rain all day. I can come up with some music now.
Okay. Right, first conversation, I guess. When would it be? I don't know. When would you class it okay to give up on a friend? I know that's a strong topic, but that's I don't know.
Gotta think of something. Yeah, I understand. I don't know. That is a tough one. It really depends on the friend and like the reason as well.
So, an example.
Let's say this is one example. Say you have a friend who is very emotional taxing, but but you psychologically are getting actually more drained while you're trying to help this person. So basically, they feel better and they feel happy, but it costs your well-being, sort of thing. Like you have to force yourself to help them. It's something like that, but it's like it's basically enabling. Personally, that's my personal experience in that sort of example.
I mean, part of me likes to say you should never give up friends, but I know it can be tough if you're caught in a situation of, like, I don't know. Especially if they, like, try to use you in some shape or form, and if it's... The thing is, the hardest thing is, once you figure it out, you want to give them the benefit of a doubt, because you don't want that to be the case, and so you keep doubting them in hopes of it turning out better. Also, you notice how quick those puddles dried up?
Yeah. Like I said, the future is bright with clouds.
Shut up! You could literally see the future in this game. First you're like, yeah, it's probably gonna rain. Next you're like, the future's bright with clouds. It is, so it's like sunny, but there's like a bunch of clouds everywhere. What do you see next, fortune teller, Kallen?
I need to think. I must communicate with the great board of this phonological god. Yes, phonological god, help me. He's not responding. He's probably on break.
You better not. That better not be an omen that the game's gonna crash.
I don't think so. Phonologist god requires donations.
Oh, microtransactions. I got you, fam.
Bye, Michael.
Okay, so it's so yeah, if you like figure out you're getting used by them, it's even worse because you keep wanting to give them the benefit of a doubt. Oh, there's this random woman jogging. Hello.
We keep breaking the conversation just out of random.
Well, that's a thing. That's why I call it like just a little podcast thing, because it's allowed to go off tangents.
Ah, I see. Well then.
We go along this way, this road. We keep following the path.
Ah. But I know what you mean. Like if they use you.
Yeah.
You want to have faith in them, but deep down, it's always the edge that it's possible.
Mhm.
That they won't change.
Yeah. And yeah.
LJ.
Okay, I'm trying to think of a topic because we kind of like resolved that to some. Well, actually, no, we didn't. We didn't answer the question of when is it okay to give up on a friend. Really, we were just discussing stuff.
We're discussing how it could lead.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like when do you? I think it's either. At best, it's better to do it early in the relationship. At least then it doesn't sting as much.
Yeah. The thing is, like, I know I was going to say something, but I forgot now. It was because I was going to say something about stop the friendship when it's no longer, like, what's the word? When it's no longer helpful to you, but then that just sounds like I'm trying to use the said friend, because like you're no use to me anymore, and that sounds parasitical, but it's not supposed to be.
No, how I always do it is, if the friendship is harming you personally, then that's kind of where you gotta draw a line.
Yeah, I mean there's no simple answer, but yeah.
This is my experience, is because the problem with me with the friends I used to have, they need help in the sense of emotional support, and I become that emotional support. But the problem is that's all they want to talk about is like everything that puts them down, and I try my best, but the problem is I can't handle that because I have my own problems as it is, and then they add more on. Then at the end of the day, I now feel even more depressed, but yet they feel better. And I know people will probably say the lines of, well, you should feel better for the fact that you helped them. But the problem is it's for me, it was every single time I meet them, I had to resolve some sort of emotional problem.
Howdy, friend.
Yeah, I agree.
So I start deteriorating, and I start to actually get into their mindset of why they're upset, and it's just like I have to end it. It's like I want to help deep down, but the problem is if I can't help myself.
Well,
You left your coat in here, you know.
alright, I'm recording, but whatever.
Sorry, you haven't got your thing on the door?
Because I don't have it anymore, I've lost it.
Alright, the door is still another. You just had to check, took somebody out.
Okay.
No, you
Alright. Okay, so what you were saying?
No, I was just saying I get into their state of mind, then I get depressed, and then I can't help them if I'm starting now to what they're feeling.
Yeah.
Basically, they feel better, but they pushed all their dread onto me. So then I feel the dread and they feel better, and it's like, it's not a very fair, balanced relationship.
Yeah.
Because I'm literally doing all the work, and I'm just like some therapist in the end.
I mean, the way I see like friendships in general is they should like benefit off each other in some shape or form. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
most of mine have always been sort of one-sided. Like a doormat. Like, I just basically do what they want, and if I try and go out the line 1 minute, then all of a sudden things go horribly wrong.
Well,
Because I,
not this friendship, Kallen. Not this one.
yeah,
Because I am also a doormat.
2 doormats together.
I know, I'm looking at all these bodybuilders. And the fact that one of them can't do the pull-ups correctly.
And they're not doormats, they're the door.
What? Which means... I know, I was trying to think of some, like, clever joke with it, but I can't.
Oh well.
Right, hold on a
Gotta
second.
go. Me as fancy man.
Okay, so I'm trying to think of another topic now, because they don't always have to be serious topics. It can just be like something that's happened
Yeah.
recently.
We should think of a funny topic, probably.
Yeah, a
We've been
funny
doing
topic
quite
to
a lot,
balance it out.
because we've been doing a lot of depressing topics of late.
I can't think of like a funny one. Oh damn, I can't think. Hold on, I'm just gonna stop here and funny topics to some degree.
Yeah, funny topics.
This not necessarily isn't a funny topic, but it's not a serious one either.
Yeah.
Alright, so obviously we know My Hero Academia Season 4 is coming out,
Yep.
but just in general, what would you want to see happen to the series?
That I'm thinking. 'Cause I'm not 100% sure. To be
But
perfectly honest,
what?
because, well, for one, I'm not very imaginative about future of things. Ironically,
Yeah, I know, but like,
but
I'm not saying predict stuff. I'm saying what would you want to see in it?
I know, but that's what I mean. I mean, I'm not that imaginative to imagine what I would want sometimes. Cause how I go is I watch it, and then I see how it goes. Can't like think, I would like if this happened, or I like if that happened. I never think like that.
Yeah, I mean,
But if,
oh, sorry, you're still
what,
talking.
you know, how about you do one, and then I'll get a sort of vibe and I'll like inspiration sort of deal.
Okay. Well, something I want to see is cause I can't remember her name properly, but you know the mad woman with who the mad girl who has a weird crush on Deku.
Yes, the shape-shifting one, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, she shapeshifts.
Yes.
She has a drop of Deku's blood, right?
Yeah.
What if like Deku gets framed and then he ends up in that prison? Because you know that prison they keep talking about, how it's like a super prison, and so he's
Yeah.
stuck in there and he has to try and find a way out. And there's a way I'd like this to go, which would be kind of cool, because
It,
is for him and Hero Killer staying a team up and leave the complex. Like, so
and
they'd
Heroes.
be teaming up, and so it'd be quite cool because they both have the same ideal, like they both have the same vision of the perfect like hero. It's just their goals about it are different.
I mean, the methods.
Yeah, the methods.
One's inspirational, one is literally just taking them out of the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or another way, maybe have it so he teams up with One for All. And it's like an awkward situation where he like has to keep watching his back. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how I would want it. Does that mean?
I mean, the stain one sounds cooler.
Yeah, the stay one does sound cooler. But then, what would the aftermath be?
Well, the
Of that,
aftermath
like
would
the
be they go their separate ways.
Ah, yes. And then when everyone finds out, it was like, Deku let Stain escape. Then in his mind, every single hero Stain kills will be on Deku's head, like, I actually got this guy out. Because that would be probably the more conundrum in his head if that is the aftermath you're envisioning.
Yeah.
You'll have a heavy, guilted mind thinking that I actually let this guy out.
To be fair though, it would be
dead is
better
on
than
me.
letting One for All out, because One for All would just cause complete anarchy, and Deku wouldn't even be strong enough to stop him.
True. I think it's more on the emotional side.
Yeah, I know
That
what
is
you
the
mean.
aftermath. Probably lose some confidence in himself. Probably as well.
Well,
Like, he's gonna hesitate.
I don't think he'd
like,
lose confidence, I just think he'd just be more annoyed with himself.
I know, but like it's kind of a mixture of things. Because when you feel guilty, you kind of lose faith in yourself. Because think about he was his idea to team up with him first, and even if it was not his choice, he would
Yeah.
think, what could I have done better? He would second guess himself.
Yeah. He would.
Like,
Like everyone would.
I know, but that's what I mean. He's the type of person who will overthink things. So even though his greatest strength is the plan and knows the knowledge of everything, but if he could get his head right, he could possibly overthink things to such a degree that he will actually crash himself.
Ah, okay.
Because he writes in his book all the time, he plans stuff out. It's like, oh, let's do this, we do that. But if his mind is messed up with guilt over the fact that Stain's out, it was his fault he's actually out in the first place, doing his murder spree, he will think, is this the right decision? What would happen after? Will I be responsible for more casualties? Will go on and on and on.
He's
course,
kind
it's
of
not the-
already went through that thought of, is he responsible for casualties? Because he questioned that to All Might, just like, are you aware that you can't save everyone? And he's like, yes. He's like, I
Yes,
know I
but this
can't
is
save
more-
everyone.
Yeah, but that's more on the lines of like a firefighter. Like you can't save everyone, but you're not directly responsible for the cause of it. With
Yeah.
Stain, Deku got him out. Therefore, he is the cause for him to be out, for him to be able to do that. So, cause and effect sort of deal.
Yeah.
Dominoes. Whoever first starts the dominoes is somehow automatically responsible for the aftermath afterwards. I don't know. I'm overthinking this probably.
Hold on, there's another jogger.
Go forth, ma'am.
I spaced. Sorry about that.
Well, at least she apologized.
Yeah.
But
Her
I'm
AI's
thinking
just
that more-
stopped and walked now.
Yeah. But I think on a more realistic level, I guess, emotionally, when you think about it like that.
I mean, it would be a good plot point, that's for sure.
But also will develop, like, in a sense of... Because I always had a feeling like, will this become like a pure hero idea? Like, they all have to be 100% purely hero. Like, will there not be like difficult decisions along the way? Sort of deal.
Well,
Because I mean that's what that means. Like a firefighter, they have a decision like I'll take the example like iRobot as an example because it's a movie I know. It's like you have one person that is more likely to survive than the other, and they have to pick which one, but they can't save both.
yeah.
For a deal. But I know, like you said before, like you can't save everyone, but you still got to feel the weight of the fact you said I might have been able to if I did it differently.
Yeah.
Probably going in circles now.
No, that's fine. We're kind of gonna go in a circle in a second anyways, because, you know, the car's still back there, so we kind of have to walk back
Aye.
along the beach as well.
Yeah.
Right, so
That's
I'm
my
just
thoughts.
gonna stop here. This is like the halfway point. Whoa, we're halfway there.
I just hope I'm not repeating myself too much. Because
Nah, it's okay.
Because I naturally do that. And that can be kind of annoying.
Well, everyone kind of does. Oh, look, there's a map.
Yeah.
There's a map.
I'm going to tennis.
No, look, there's a map. No, we're
Right
not
there.
doing tennis. Come on. Hold on.
Why not? Nine courts.
Because
Oh,
look,
we're here.
we've literally done the top of that bit all the way. Well, not all the way, but from
Wait
the.
a minute, Chin.
Am I? Okay.
Yeah.
From you know the top of that road, not the top,
Yeah.
but like the first curve in the road. We've
Yeah.
done that all the way down,
Yeah.
and now we're about to go back. Why are you running though?
I'm not running. I'm in first person.
Yeah, you end up running though, because it's like your body goes weird. You know, it's that like it's a different stance.
Yeah.
But alright, something else. Let's see.
Something that is actually light. Because we just went from murder talk.
We did like, I mean, come on, it wasn't supposed to.
We talked
It was-
about murder stain, dude. Murder.
Yes, but I mean,
And jail.
okay, fair enough.
You see
You've
my
got me
point?
there.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of like a proper light-hearted subject, but I can't.
Do you believe that you should put pineapple on your pizza?
Ooh,
There you go. Light. But yet
that's
can
not
turn
light.
ugly.
That's so heavy.
But pineapple is so yellow. That's so light.
Yes and no.
Elaborate.
Like myself, no, I'm not having pineapple on pizza because I don't like them
I don't
like together. I like them separate, but together it's horrible.
I see.
What are your thoughts then?
I don't like pineapple pizza. Don't like pineapple in general. It's big. It's yellow. Not my cup of tea.
I don't think pineapples could be a cup of tea, to be fair.
Oh, it can be. You just gotta grind them up right. And no, I have not tried that.
Neither have I, to be fair, but you know.
Yes. We're almost at our destination.
No, we're not.
I believe we are.
No, we're not, because we're past the
There's my-
Ferris wheel, remember?
Yeah, there's my invisible car.
Wait, no. Thing
What
is, though,
else?
how wouldn't, here we go, here's a good topic that we've tangent off of. How would an invisible car work? Because,
That is a good.
what if the engine breaks? In fact, how
Smoke
do
comes
you
out.
know it's the engine that's broke? Like, say if it just stops working, how do you know what causes the issue? You can't look under the hood and check, could you?
I actually don't know.
And you can't say whether... You can't say it's just tiles, and that way the second you lift up the hood you can see everything else. Because by that logic, you'd also be able to see the fuel.
How I always thought of it was like invisible cars will reflect the light to make it so that your eyes can't register it. So therefore, anything behind the vehicle metals that reflect the light would make it so that you won't be able to see inside or outside.
Yes, but that would be inefficient on a car because of the amount of battery life needed.
Yes, but it'll be some sort of substance. It wouldn't be like a battery life sort of thing like you turn it on and off. It will be permanently invisible. That's the only...
Yeah, but it would still be running off something though.
Yeah, it'll still run off like petrol, gas, electricity, whatever.
Well, it's gonna be the biggest guzzling thing ever if it is.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is with the substance you use to make it invisible won't require that. Because it'll be reflecting off the light. It'll be some sort of special... I don't know, some sub-special element that is not existent yet.
Szechuan sauce.
Yes.
It's Szechuan sauce. The McDonald's Szechuan sauce.
Yeah. It'll be something. I don't know. This is probably me going all sci-fi terms.
It runs on kitten farts.
What was unicorn?
No, unicorns aren't real.
You can't just put a coat on a horse. There you go.
But then it's just a stupid looking horse.
It still has a horn.
So? That's like putting an ice cream cone on a dolphin and then calling it a narwhal. That's not the same.
Then again, I
actually,
don't know
no. This is a cool fact. Actually, this isn't like an amazing fact that people haven't heard of before. Fun fact: the moon.
Yeah.
Is slowly, and I mean like super slowly, getting closer to the Earth.
I always thought it was going
See,
the other way
you just
around.
saw
It's
it.
a bit far away.
No, we're going further away from like we're getting further away from the solar system. Like basically, the solar system itself is slowly moving further away. Like, so the universe is constantly expanding, but the moon itself is slowly going towards us. However, it'll never crash, if that makes sense. It won't crash into us, because by then Earth would already be blown up by the time it would get remotely close. Well, not blown up, but engulfed by flames.
Yeah.
Because you know that basically how it works, in case you don't know, is the sun runs on hydrogen, I believe. Runs on hydrogen, that's what it fuels off of. And there's only so much of that. It does nuclear fusion and slowly starts stacking itself up, basically.
Yeah.
And our sun is, I believe, at its half-life, which means it's got a solid 5 billion years to it, still. Like, so it's got another 5 billion years of hydrogen to burn off. And then after that, it'll turn into a red giant, which means it starts expanding to try and reach more of the fuel. And once it does that, it'll engulf Venus. No, it'll engulf Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars would become uninhabitable, basically, because it would be that close.
Ah, I see. Now we are here. We're off the beach.
Why do you think people are... Okay, but why do you think, and also technically we're not, we still have to get all the way to the end.
Okay.
Also, why do you think we're desperately trying to get to Mars? Because we're slowly trying to figure a way to move planets.
But of course.
Because, you know, if not all of the race can survive, hopefully some could.
True.
I mean, it's hard to comprehend the fact that we're all floating on a giant doom machine that'll eventually die. One of the most luckiest planets in the world to inhabit life. Because we are though, like, the chances are like,
Yeah.
they're definitely 1 in like 10 billion or something.
Yeah.
I know that's just a random number off the top of my head, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
Considering we have yet to find a other planet that could possibly, like,
Inhabit.
create, well, not necessarily inhabit, but create life itself. Because we can inhabit technically any planet as long as we can get there. But
Well.
it'd be like more how, like, what ones can. Another fun fact, since it's nighttime, look up in your in-game character.
Yeah.
You see all the stars?
Yeah.
The majority of those stars are already dead.
I know.
They've already burnt out. It's just the light still. The light's still traveling to us. So
Yeah. Right, still traveling to us. Just a lag.
oh, did you hear a bit of lag?
Yeah, I'm saying it's the lag of the stars.
Yeah, it's
The
lag of
light
stars.
beaming, it's the universal lag.
Universal lag, yeah. Basically, you could just be like, you see all those stars up there, Kallen? Each of those are servers. Servers all have different kinds of lag compared to this server.
I always thought that every star was a loading logo.
Oh my god.
When they go out, that means it's fully loaded.
My god, but you could just be like, fun fact, stars aren't actually stars, they're just holes which haven't loaded properly in real life.
Yes.
It's like the one that used to exist back in like the olden times where they thought, like that it was it never actually became night, it was actually curtains which went over the earth, and the stars are like holes in the curtains.
I think they actually did believe in that at one point.
No, it was an actual thing. I don't know what they thought the moon was then. Actually, where's the moon gone? What? Where's the moon? Oh, there it is. There it is. It was hiding.
Moon was cheese. Where do you think the moon?
Moon!
Oh,
It's a full moon as well, that's pretty cool.
I'm running!
Okay, but why though?
Exercise.
We've just walked probably 6 miles in game.
I need to burn those calories. I had a burger within a burger within a burger.
That's what you get for supersizing them at Burger King though.
No, I didn't supersize, I super duper sized.
Well, if you can super duper size, then I can super duper size. Also, another last fact. Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Don't expect any new episodes till 2019 sometime.
In the end of the year.
I'm not sure about in the end of the year, but definitely 2019.
Yeah, I know.
But they are planning a new change up, so it'll be... They can... What's the word? They can... Basically,
give out episodes.
yeah, that's it. They can run them like week after week instead, like so they'll record in bulk.
Yeah.
So they could be doing that now, probably.
True.
Because the thing, that was gonna happen like a year ago, but scripts got deleted. That was a smooth How did you do that?
I am a smooth criminal.
It's like you slid over a mailbox and then smoothly transitioned onto a bin and then just jumped off like, nah, it was one surface.
You believe me if that was by accident.
I think it was by accident, but you know.
Run.
We're almost there. The podcast is almost over. We covered like 4 topics.
Skip the
5
button.
technically.
I'm skipping the button.
I mean,
Are we dreaming?
bye.
Are we dreaming?